49ers News and Rumors mailbag coming your way on the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get your questions answered during our live shows as we go live every single Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. We start off with the $5 Super Chat from David Blanca. With Lance's arm, how much untapped potential can we expect to see with the wide receivers? I think a lot more. I think this Niners offense will become more explosive. It'll become a lot more dangerous for a couple of reasons, David. Trey Lance can complete any throw on the football field. In between the numbers, outside the numbers, in between the hashes, but also he's going to be able to stretch this field vertically as well. He's going to be able to take the top off of the defense. He's going to be able to complete throws that Jimmy Garoppolo simply can't because Garoppolo is not the athlete or the thrower, nor does he have the arm strength of a Trey Lance. So I think this Niners offense is going to be different because of the running element. I think it's going to be more dangerous because of the athleticism and the arm strength of Trey Lance. That's a fantastic question, and as always, thank you for your super chat. BK from the Bay, the homie. Chase, why can't we package Jimmy and Kittle for some draft picks? Giving up George Kittle as part of a package with Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because are you going to be able to replace George Kittle's production right away with the win-now team with draft compensation, with a draft pick who would be unknown? I'd rather go more so in like the Los Angeles Rams and trade away the 9 draft picks, or at least some of the 9 draft picks that the Niners have at their fingertips in this coming NFL draft, for more immediate playmakers and guys who can really help this roster right now. I don't think you package Kittle and Jimmy. Now, does that help another team take on Jimmy Garoppolo's contract? Yes, but then you're taking on 2 of the higher contracts in the NFL at those respective positions, because Garoppolo has the cap hit of around $26 million. George Kittle, one of the highest paid tight ends. You keep Kittle, you trade Jimmy G, or maybe you get to a point where you just have to cut him to free up a lot of that money for cap space. Now, if you're subscribed to the 49ers Report, thank you so much. We are approaching 60,000 subs. A big reason for that, audience engagement, consistency. We inform, we entertain. Also, we push out videos every single day. We're not behind a paywall. So if you've subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. If you haven't, though, make sure you do that. And if you are a loyal member of the faithful family here at Chat Sports, get into the comment section and type me. I'm going to show you some love down in the comment section. Luscious. Should the Niners trade early into the second round to reunite Trey Lance with Christian Watson? It worked with Joe and Jamar Chase. Why wouldn't it work here? I think Christian Watson is a really good player. This past year, he was awesome for North Dakota State, as once again, they were an excellent program. 43 grabs, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, average yards per catch, 18.5. Christian Watson, I really like his size, 6'4", 6'5". He ran a sub 4.4 at the NFL Scouting Combine. He's a good player. Think he has good hands. You can put him in a variety of routes on that route tree. And anytime a quarterback can have some level of familiarity with a wide receiver, it ends up paying really big dividends, because that type of continuity is very important on the football field. Treasure Kisses, what it do? Trade Jimmy, Greenlaw, Jason, and George. What are you getting back, though, if you offload all of those players? So if you want to hit me with the trade package, for sure, let me know. But I need to know what you're getting back if you trade all of those players. And do you mean Jason Verrett because he's an NFL free agent? So please clarify. Steven, trade Jimmy Garoppolo for Taysom Hill. So it's funny because Dennis Allen, first-year head coach for New Orleans, said today on Tuesday that Taysom Hill is actually going to be practicing and playing at tight end and no longer at quarterback. Now, I think that's a smart move for Taysom Hill. As an athlete, he's fantastic. As an athlete, he can make some big plays. And you can use him in that Swiss Army knife role where he plays a little bit of tailback, a little bit of running back, a little bit of fullback, a little bit of wide receiver and tight end. He is just not a quarterback. And I knew that right when I saw him take consistent quarterback reps. Now, he wanted to make it as a quarterback. He was paid like a borderline starter and made a lot of money. But as a tight end, I think he would just be able to become a lot more dangerous. I want to ask you this question. Let's throw it back, or we can look at the immediacy of the moment. Who is your favorite player on the 49ers? And it can either be a player that's on the team right now or all time. Let me know in the comment section. Drop me a name or names. Eli, PJ Walker for backup quarterback. Look, so I have some insight on PJ Walker because I went to Temple University, and when I was there, PJ Walker was a 4-year starter, and he was great. Now, he goes to the Indianapolis Colts after not getting drafted and kind of fizzled out with Indy as he was a backup for Andrew Luck. Then he goes to the XFL and was the MVP of that league. He was great. Now, in some spot starts with Carolina the last 2 years, he's really just been okay, but as a backup quarterback, I like him. Not the tallest guy, has a nice little arm, works his ass off. He's a vet. He's a leader. He was the face of that Temple program during some bad times and some good times. I like his character a lot. Jason Lutz. Why is Tyrann Mathieu not in 49ers red and gold? He's a great fit and would give elite talent on all levels of the defense. So that latter part of the question, I agree with you. If you want to play Mathieu at safety, you can. You want to play him at cornerback outside, inside, you can. You can also send him home on blitz packages as a box safety. He could play linebacker too. This guy can literally play anywhere on the football field. But because of that, and because of the numbers that he's put up, and the advantages he poses and gives the defense, going to make a lot of money. And I don't think San Francisco is willing to pay him all that much money. Now, with a player like Jaquiski Tartt, they can pay him, let's say, $3 to $6 million as a free agent. With Mathieu, though, I think you're looking at 10 to 15, and that's a lot of money that could hamstring you. NFL Draft is coming your way at the end of April 28th to the 30th in Las Vegas. And, of course, here on the Niners Report, our draft content, it's going to be awesome. But if you want to rock the same hats as the Niners draftees, you can do so right now thanks to our friends at Fanatics, today's presenting sponsor. Just plug in that link down below. It's chatsports.com/49ers draft hats. You can get this flat brim style to be looking like Kyle Shanahan or the dad hat style. This style's dope, though. I'm going to put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Jason Lutz, over under 3 trades during draft day by San Francisco. So throughout the NFL draft, over under 3 trades. I'm going to say under. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo was one of those trades during the NFL draft. But I guess you could win that bet if the Niners either move up or move back during the draft. So that's a sneaky good question by you, Jason. And if you're right, you can let me know later on following the NFL draft. Nicole and Harold, always supporting. Do you think we can somehow get a first-round pick to get Derek Stingley by giving up a second and a couple of thirds? I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think that's enough to move up, let's say, within the top 20 to get Derek Stingley Jr. Now, last year, if he would have been draft eligible, he might have been a top 10 guy. This year, I don't think he's going to be a top 10 player. He slid a little bit because he certainly struggled in 2021, but still, I don't think a second and a couple of thirds is going to get it done because I think teams in the first round value those picks. But Stingley as a player, I'm higher on him than most after what was a down and injury-plagued year at LSU this past year. Speaking of next year, predict the Niners' record in 2022. And remember, do the simple math, 17 games. So last year I had predicted that the Niners were going to win 11 games. They ended up winning 10. That was pretty spot on. I think this year they're going to be in that 9 to 11 win range. You let me know if you're a genie in the comment section right now. $5 super chat from Pedro. So far, what is the biggest disappointment this offseason? I'd say the biggest disappointment, Pedro, and the biggest surprise is the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is still on this roster. And there were so many weird things that took place with Garoppolo, his trade value, his trade market. He got that shoulder surgery. 1, he got it late. 2, he didn't even consult with San Francisco about getting that shoulder surgery. And if he gets it right after the year, does he end up getting traded? And are teams able to really look at that shoulder to see how it's coming along with the recovery process and then make a trade and an offer for Jimmy G? But John Lynch said at the NFL owners meetings this week that they didn't even receive a trade offer for Garoppolo. And a big reason for that, according to Kyle Shanahan, was that shoulder injury. So I'd say that's the biggest disappointment and surprise so far throughout this offseason. Be sure to give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. If you're watching this on the weekend, that's when this mailbag is going to be going out. Throughout this week, I've been giving everybody shout-outs who gave me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Tweet out clips from the show, chop it up with the Niner gang. Also tweet out all of the content that we push out here on the channel at Chase_Senior. It's the same handle on Twitter and Instagram.